everything is dipped in gold, then baby it will never grow. Everything sweet ain't sugar coated. What a lie. What a lie. What a lie.
Group 1. Let's go ahead and find out what your walk says about you. Those that come here to group number 1. What does group 1's walk say about them? Group number 1's walk says, I know more than I show. Your walk says that there's more to you. Somehow your walk leads people to believe that you're in on a joke that they have no idea about. Your walk says that you are chosen, but you're like you're important and you know it. Your walk says that you're not afraid to ask questions and you're not afraid to explore. You're not afraid of the unknown, but you also give the vibe of that person next door. You have a grounded nature about you, yet your head is still in the clouds. You walk around like nothing can really get you down. Your walk leads people to want to get to know you. I'm taking notice of the feet here and the way that this drapes. It looks like a flower facing down. If I was to hold it up, it could bloom. And you also have grass here and roots. Your walk says about you, again, that you know more than you show, or you have more than you show. This could be in reference to you walking in a modest form or dressing or appearing in some modest ways. There's more beneath the surface. There's more than meets the eye. This is what your walk says about you. I have to say that your walk also says that there's a spikiness or a spiciness to you. I say spiky because I was referring to plants or flowers. Think of a rose's thorns or a cactus. Your walk says about you that you have something up your sleeve. For some of you, your walk could literally say that you carry a weapon of defense or you have some sort of armor of protection. For some of you, this is literal and or spiritual, or for some of you, this is just spiritual. But you don't walk around looking unprotected at all. You're protected in your form. You're protected in your sense of self. You're protected in the way that you show up. Your walk also makes people curious about you. Again, I go back to the feet here. Something about your shoes could be relevant, as this is a reading about your walk, but for some of you, there's something here specific about your shoes. wondering, do they hurt your feet? Do you ever get tired? But because you have the roots here, it almost leads me to believe that the answer to those questions is no, my feet don't hurt, and no, I rarely get tired. You give this vibe as if you kind of float when you walk, when you talk, when you speak. There's an air of confidence that surrounds you, and it's spiritual. If you want to know what's currently making you sexy, I'll see you over on Patreon, linked down below. Group number 2, let's find out what your walk says about you. What does group number 2's walk say about them? Okay. So, group number 2. There's a lot of energy, a lot of information in a walk. There's a science behind it. People will pick partners. People will pick friends, lovers, even victims, based on the way that they walk. I have to admit that group number 2, you walk as if you're not paying attention, or as if you are stumbling over your own 2 feet. This implies that you feel lost and or confused in some way, shape, or form. Now, please do not come here and feeling like, oh my gosh, Tay is making fun of my walk. No, I'm just describing the energies presented here to me. And it's up to you to decide if you like or dislike this energy. You can always choose to change your walk. Also, this is a reading. You can choose to decide that this is not your reality. So please do not be triggered in any way. And if you are, handle with care. Instead of shifting the blame onto anyone else, let's find out what we can do. Okay? So this group here specifically, it does seem like there is uncertainty in your steps. You may walk with your head down. You walk with a shyness, but also something about liberation lights you up. I want to take note how you have 2 individuals here wrapped in a white cloth and clothed in blue. As you also have a blue bordered card and a gray bordered card. The gray emphasizing spirit. The blue emphasizing the throat chakra, expression. So I could also say too that your walk could seem uncertain or unsure simply because maybe you are in some ways. The description coming through here is as if you are being instructed or guided or led with every step that you take. You may often be one of those people that comes into contact with someone walking in the opposite direction of you, and you go right and they go left, making you both go the same way. And then you do that a couple of times until you figure out who's going to go which way. If I didn't mention this, you may also walk with your head down. There's a modesty about you, but it seems to stem from a shyness or an insecurity here. If you wanted to appear less vulnerable, you're being called to hold your chin up higher. Your walk expresses as if you don't want to be seen, as if you don't want to be heard, as if you don't have a message, and that is far from the truth. Even if you don't want to be seen, even if you don't want to be heard, you most definitely have a truth to be witnessed. Group number 2, I have to be honest, your level of confidence shows up in your walk. Your lack thereof confidence shows up in your walk. But this is all of your own doing, if I'm being quite honest, because you should be walking from a space that shows that you know your worth from a spiritual aspect, from a spiritual perspective. That you can make shiz move. You can make energies move. There's something here about the wind, or the wind also references to your wind pipes, your throat chakra, your form of communication. And that being backed here, again, with the blue bordered card and a gray bordered card, lets me know that you have important messages to deliver everywhere that you go, but only if you have the confidence to carry it, to share it, to deliver it. So what your walk says about you is that, quite frankly, you don't see how important or magnificent you really are. Now, this reading may have not been exactly what you wanted to hear, but it was honest. Take it to the Lord to know if it is yours. And if you're interested in finding out what's currently making you sexy, I'll see you over on Patreon, linked down below. Group número 3. Group number 3. Let's find out what my group number 3's walk says about them. What does group number 3's walk say about them? What does group number 3's walk say about them? So you've got a pep in your step for sure, group number 3. Your walk says about you that you have a youthful spirit, that you can be trusted, that you come bearing good news, compliments, and offers. Your walk says about you that you are reliable, dependable, and sincere. That you always want to tell the truth, but sometimes you struggle to deliver it because it may not sound sweet. Your walk says about you that you sugarcoat things, that you care about people's feelings, that you consider others. Your walk says about you that you are catering, caring, giving, and you could tend to be a bit obsessive over lovers. I'm not sure how they're picking this up from a walk, but I'm just expressing the energies shown here to me. Your walk says about you that you are a sweetheart, like an angel, honestly. Very innocent, maybe even the type to be protected, like a lamb. Your walk says about you that you could never go missing. So some of you, that's referring to the fact that maybe you walk loud, like you have a loud footstep. This is neither wrong nor right. This is just an observation. Or if your footsteps themselves are not loud, it could be the types of shoes that you wear. Or for some of you, you have like a set of keys or a bracelet that jingles when you walk. There's something here about you that cannot be missed. I almost want to backtrack and say that you don't have a heavy footstep for the majority of you. It's definitely referring to a sound that is heard when your foot hits the ground, but I don't think it's you being heavy-footed. Your walk says about you that you are extremely attentive and aware of your surroundings. Your head could always be on a swivel. Even if you're smiling and not necessarily looking for trouble around you to protect yourself from, your head is always on a swivel. Smiling, you're always aware of your surroundings. So God forbid if something was to happen, you would know it almost immediately, if not fairly quickly, for sure. This lets me know that you do not walk with your head down, which attests for your level of confidence. Hence why you have a yellow bordered card here referring to your solar plexus chakra, confidence, paired with the blue bordered card referencing to your throat chakra. This is ultimate independent expression at its finest. You hardly ever second guess yourself. This is what your walk says about you. Even if you second guess every step that you take, your walk does not say that. Your walk says about you that there are miracles around every corner, or again, the pep in your step, that there's always something better to come, that there's always hope, that there's always joy, that there's always more to be found, that there's always more to be seen. Your walk makes people curious about where you're headed because you're walking with that pep, you're walking with that joy, you're walking with that light, you're walking with that confidence. We want to know, where are you going with all that? I also see here too that along the way, while you're walking, again, your head being on a swivel, smiling at others, you have a tendency to greet people way more often than the average person. In this society nowadays, we tend to just ignore each other, which is something that I personally wish that we wouldn't do. And so I'm taking that step myself to try to keep a head up and speak a word or two to a brethren in the streets, brother, sister, auntie, uncle, them, they, anything in between or on the outskirts. But you embody that energy for sure. That you see everyone. Nothing goes unnoticed. That's what your walk says about you for sure. That you are attentive and that you see it all. And if you want to know what's currently making you sexy, I'll see you over on Patreon. That's linked down below. Ta-ta! Group number 4. What does your walk say about you, group number 4? Group number 4. What does your walk say about you? Group number 4. What does your walk say about you? Group number 4, what does your walk say about you? First of all, you are quiet as a fucking mouse. You probably sneak up on a lot of people, knowingly or unknowingly. There's also an intimidating or intimidation factor to your walk, to your step. I don't know why I want to say that people beg for your mercy. Like, you have a walk that's like, that lets people know that you could like take over the world, take something from them, whether it be like taking a sense of security from them, like their own stability and security within themselves, like confidence. Or for some of you, I don't know why your walk would say that you're up to no good, but that's only if someone's tagging some sort of stereotype, a negative one at that, on you based on your appearance, like your dressing or where you're from in the world. Because ultimately what your walk is really stating is that you are confident and that you are well aware and well equipped to take the lead in any given circumstance. No matter who's in the room, it doesn't matter if it's the freaking president of the United States or the queen of Sheba or the queen of wherever. It doesn't matter if the most important person is in the room. If something goes left, you will be one of the ones to jump into action. You will be one of the heroes. Some people may try to tag you as a villain though. I don't know. Or like an anti-hero or something here. But you would definitely be a well-known figure. This is what your walk says about you. That you know important people, because you are important people. Your walk says about you that you've been there, done that, or that you've got an old soul because you've seen multiple lives. It's so interesting because there's like a small group observing your walk and they're intimidated or scared of you, like clutching their pearls, like, please don't take my purse. Like, there's that group, a small percentage, but then there's the other portion that gravitate towards you because of this intimidation factor. Because they feel like you could take them for all that they have. They're so enamored. And they want to know more. They're intrigued. You may be told that you are intimidating on one hand, but then on the other, you don't see that because you feel like people are constantly coming up to you. People are constantly asking you questions. People constantly want to interact with you. Your walk says about you that you are most definitely in touch with, of course, your instincts, but your primal energy. Your walk says about you that you have quick reflexes. And also that even though you're not making direct eye contact, you see everything. You're one of those people that probably pretends to not see people looking at you. Especially like for some of you, there's something about you that stands out. Again, like either you're just intimidating or you're really tall or you're aesthetic. Something about it causes people to really stare at you. Excuse me. For some of you, it's just simply because you're attractive or you've, again, got an aesthetic or something that really draws people's eye. And you've gotten so used to this to where you don't even like sweat it anymore. Like when you feel somebody's eyes staring into your soul from the left, you don't even acknowledge it. You know that it's happening. You're well aware, but you continue to do what you do. Your walk says about you that you are used to attention. And you're not hunting, seeking, or searching for it at all, actually. You might prefer to hide from it. I think that's where that sneaky misunderstanding kind of comes in, because you don't want to be in the spotlight necessarily. And you know that you easily take the spotlight. And so you might have like a hush-hush energy to you that's not looking to stand out on purpose, that may be mistaken or misled by others as some form of sneakiness. I also get here too, even though this is just a reading about your walk, I am picking up here that quite often people's first impression of you doesn't match how they end up feeling about you. Again, they're intimidated, scared even at first, and then they learn that you are one and the same, that you're an equal, that you have feelings, that you are cognizant, that you are aware, that you are kind, you are sweet, that you have boundaries, that you're human. So something about your walk makes you seem larger than life. Something to either look out for or to just simply be aware of. And this leaves you up for a lot of different interpretations. Let me know how that translates in your world, group number 4. And if you want to know what's currently making you sexy, I'll see you over on Patreon, linked down below. Ta-ta for now. Group number 5. Let's go ahead and see. What does group number 5's walk say about them? What does group number 5's walk say about them? You're the first group that had 2 cards to come out. Okay, I see. What does group number 5's walk say about them? Thank you. Okay, yeah. All right, so this is very specific. Group number 5, what does your walk say about you? I wouldn't be surprised if this group here has or had some sort of bone or muscle conditions, or at some point in your life you had to be taught how to walk again, or you maybe were a late bloomer, or for some of you, you have like things that assist you with your walk. Like I'm seeing like canes, wheelchairs, those shoes that have like a larger sole on them, just in case, like if one leg is longer than the other, or something like about your bone structure here. I wouldn't be surprised if this group here, you were attracted to this group, and maybe other groups too. But it seems like you were attracted to this group because it's specifically saying that there's something about your walk, that maybe you have like a limp, or you maybe walk slower than usual, or slower than the average person. Like you may purposely move over to the side because you move a little bit slower than the quote unquote average person. And for a lot of you, this is for different reasons. For some of you, this isn't even to say that you have like a particular walk that makes it look like you have been in an accident or you had to recover from something. For some of you, this is just spirit saying that, hey, you came to this reading talking about your walk. Let's reference to the fact that at one point in your life, you had to relearn how to do this, or you guys are going to be commenting with the real true meanings of this reading. But I'm really getting something here about the energy behind this, stating that what your walk says about you is that you've gone through something and you've had to face some sort of recovery. Also, something about you being well aware none of the other groups required me to pull extra cards, but for this group, I do find it necessary. What's going on here? What's this? What is this? Like, I wouldn't be surprised if some of you were in the army, the military, or for some of you could be pregnant, and you know, things of that nature here. But basically, it's stating that your walk says about you that there's like maybe some sort of health condition or preference. Even if it's not health related, it could just be a preference or something about this. Let's see. Anything else that you can give me here, please, for my group number 5s? Queen of Cups, Temperance, Seven of Pentacles. See, yeah, it's about taking your time. And then the Five of Cups at the bottom of the deck, that's what I'm saying, because I could have just said that you seem to like have this vibe about you where you walk low and slow and just go with the flow. But there seems to be a why behind this that, again, leads me as a viewer, as the reader, to say, maybe this person has been through something, or this person is going through something, or this person had an injury, or this person, insert whatever it may be here. Had some sort of a change or experience that has altered their walk or their relationship with their physical body. Point blank, period. Now, I don't want you guys to come to this reading and feel bad in any way, shape, or form, but this is just the message that came through in this reading in regards to what does your walk say about you. It could be completely wrong. It could be completely on point, but it doesn't change the fact that you are who you are, and we love and adore who you are as an individual, so don't let this change that. Thank you for tuning in, and if you want to find out what's currently making you sexy, that will be over on Patreon. I will catch you there. Ta-ta. Group number 6. Numero 6. What does your walk say about you, group number 6? What does those that come to group number 6 walk say about them? Okay, what does group number 6's walk say about them? Your walk says about you that you are kind, you're caring, you're giving. But I feel like this is to a particular thing. Like some of you have a ballet dancer's walk, or just a dancer's walk, whatever that may mean. Yeah, like you have a walk that matches a group. Okay, I don't know why I'm being brought to like firefighters or officers, like police officers, security guards, people that work out, people that are this tall, people that are this short. You have a walk that matches a group that you fit into, whether it be dancers, models, fitness gurus. You have a walk that says, I know a lot about this subject with my body though. Like your walk says, I played soccer for 12 years. Or even if people look at you and they can't guess what the sport is, they know. Okay. Your body says about you that, oh, I've been dancing since I was 8 years old. For some of you, this may not be true, but this is still what your walk says about you. For some of you, you may have people that walk up to you and be like, oh my gosh, I bet you were a cheerleader, or I bet you did this or you did that, because you have that kind of a walk or a demeanor to you. And you're like, oh no, actually no. Or even if they're on the right track, they're thinking that you've been doing it all your life, when in reality, you just started doing it in your adult years or something like this here. But overall, with the yellow bordered card here and the orange bordered card here, it may look a bit red to you, but it's definitely orange. It's a blood orange, if you will. That highlights the sacral chakra, which lets me know that not only are you confident, there is, again, that specificity or that category that the sacral chakra is highlighting that you yourself are in. Again, whether it be you walk like, I don't know what a teacher walks like, but maybe you walk like a teacher, you walk like a model, you walk like a mom, you walk like an actress, you walk like this, you walk like that. This is what your walk says about you. There's confidence in it. And in this group here, there's also, for who it matches, but there's a sensualness to this. Like you don't hold back in your walk. You know how some people could like purposely walk with a stiffness as to not like sway? You definitely have like a sway to you. Your walk has a sway. Or this could be your hair or your clothing, like the garments that you're wearing. They could have a sway to them. There's also something relevant here about the long dresses. Even if you yourself don't wear long dresses, it's something here about like the long fabrics that are standing out, and the waviness and the swaying. Your walk also says about you that you could probably go the distance. I wouldn't be surprised if there's like cross-country people that choose this group, runners. But for my lovely group number 6, this is all that I have for you. If you want to find out what's currently making you sexy, go ahead and tune in with the link down below to Patreon, and we will find out. Ta-ta for now.